Hello everyone, Lady De Winter here, and today I want to talk to you about a subject that is near and dear to my heart. I don't know if you have one yet or not, but if you're getting up there in the years, you need a way to write things down and communicate to your doctors, your medical staff, your nurses, all those people who deal with your health about the conditions you have, the medicines you're on. When was your last x-ray? When was your last visit? What happened during your last visit? That's a lot to try to remember. So I suggest and I use a medical journal. Now this used to be my old tool planner, if you remember, but this is now my medical journal. My medical planner, journal, diary, whatever you want to call it. But everybody should have one. The reason being is there is 100 little facets to your health that you cannot remember, like where's your DNR? Where's your appointment slips for your next doctor's appointments? That kind of thing. So in my medical journal, I have a pocket so that I can keep things. I have a health section. I have a list of my medications. I have and this is one they ask me all the time, my pain threshold list. This I hate because how can you determine your pain by a number? But they expect you to, so those are some of the things. I also keep information on contacting my nurse coach because I am in a chronic care management team, which I have a nurse that calls me and checks up on me, sees how I'm doing, asks about medicine, diet, that kind of stuff. Now in here, I also have, and if I could get to the pages, I have lists of appointments and things, a yearly list of things that has to be done, and I keep family stuff in here too, just so I remember it. But I also have, okay, well, I was using this as my other planner, but I have a list of all my appointments and things that have to get done. I'll take you over to September instead. Here is bills that has to be paid, which don't really necessarily have to go in here. Like I said, this used to be my planner for my my toll planner, my catch-all planner. But here I have a task list of where I put things I have to do for my health, my medical stuff. I've got this little calendar here. But the most important part of my medical planner is the little sheets I make up about each visit to my doctor. Now I have a sheet for calls, I have a sheet for visits. Now this is also for my telehealth because I do a lot of telehealth. On this list I have, is this a visit or a telehealth? And the date. I also have the name of the doctor, nurse, whoever I saw. I have the reason for the visit or telehealth call. I have the diagnosis, what we talked about. Then I have actions, like they want me to take more of a certain drug, or they want me to drop salt from my diet or something like that. That would go there. And on the back, of course, I have notes. Then I have a separate page, and my pages are coming out, for phone calls, where I keep notes, and I'll show you last month's because it's kind of full. I had trouble getting a medicine filled. Now my notes, oh God, I can't do this, guys, sorry about that. My notes are kind of scratchy, but I have the date of my note, who I was calling, who I spoke to, dates after that as to what follow-ups I did. Sorry, I need more coffee, my throat. Dates for follow-ups and things, or dates that I called and had a follow-up, and notes on what happened. That's very important because when you call your doctor, they don't remember everything you guys talked about. They should. It should be in your file. But I have found with a lot of doctors that never makes it to your file. Another thing I keep in here is my blood pressure log. This is where I keep my blood pressure and my weight for my doctor. my blood pressure, my heart rate, and my weight for my doctor. Now, I also have a couple of kidney stones, so when I go to see that doctor, those notes go in here also. But it's just a very handy little book to have. And I keep an extra sheet of paper, and then of course there's always the back of this. But I keep a couple extra sheets of paper in here, just in case I need to take more notes or write something down or so forth. I have a tab for each month that goes in here. Each month has its own tab. Then there's a divider where last year's tabs and all are at. So, I highly recommend this, especially if your memory is failing, like mine is. As you get older, your memory fails, it fades, you forget things. Heck, even young people do. My son forgets stuff all the time, and he's 29 years old. But it's just a helpful little thing to have. You don't have to have a book this huge. You could do this in a spiral notebook. One of those little tiny pocket spiral notebooks, you can do that in. But I would recommend doing this just for your health and your safety's sake, because let's say you wind up in the hospital and the doctor looks at your family member and says, well, when was the last time she had a blood test? Your child can't tell your doctor that. They don't know that. And if you're at a hospital and they don't have record sharing with that hospital, then they have to take a whole new blood test to find out what your blood test said. That's redundant, expensive, and troublesome. But if you got a copy of your blood test from your doctor and you put it in your medical journal, which by law you have the right to ask for copies of your medical records, just so you know that. By law, you and you alone, nobody else can do it, but you and you alone have the right to ask for a copy mailed to you of your medical records, or you can go pick it up at the doctor's office. Your x-ray records, all of that, you are allowed by law, all 50 states, to get a copy of your medical records. You can't do it by phone, you can't do it by fax. You would either have to go and pick it up physically or have it mailed to you. But you can have a copy of anything you need. So, if you haven't yet started keeping a little medical book, journal, diary, whatever you want to call it, I would highly recommend it. Because anytime you have information that you need for your doctor, say your blood pressure, let's say your blood pressure, you have it right there. I read my blood pressure and my weight once a week. What medicines you're on and what time you take them. That's a page in here. Because that is one of the things that they ask you when you go into surgery. When I had my kidney procedure done, one of the things they asked me is what time I took my medications. And I had to go back and recite. And if it wasn't for my little planner, I wouldn't have known. I was sitting there like, well, I think I took it at, had I had this with me or written it down in here, which I do now, I would have known. So, just so you know, any procedure a doctor does, he needs to have certain information, which is very easy to just hand him a book, show him a page, and say, there you go, you're done. Until next time, this is Lady DeWinter reminding you you're never too old to do anything you want to do, you think you can do. Medical journal, important. If you need more information on how to set one up, send me a comment in the comments and I will get with you. I have a Discord channel we can get on and talk, and I can do a video thing for you and show you how to set up a medical planner. Bye-bye for now.